Hello, welcome to English Fluency Methods, and today I'm going to talk about how you can use different tense constructions when you're telling a story. Okay, because normally when you're telling a story, you can jump between a few different tenses. So now for the first story, we're going to use the phrasal verb back up. And back up just means when you're driving in a car, if you're driving along the road, and you have a turn here, if you pass the turn, if you miss your turn, you can stop and then you can back up. Now the action of going backwards like that, with a truck you hear beep, beep, beep. Now when you're going backwards, that means, I am backing up the car. So the story is, and I'm going to use a few different tense constructions. So the story is, yesterday me and my girlfriend were driving down the road. So past continuous. We were driving down the road. We were going to watch a movie. So we can use going to talk about something that we were planning to do. It's using the future. It's talking about the future in the past. Okay, like if I use going to for the present, I can say, tonight I'm going to cook dinner. That means later I'm going to cook dinner. This evening, well, we're going to watch a movie this evening. Okay, so going to is used sometimes a little more than will. Will is a little formal. Like today we will watch a movie. It's a little too formal, so we use going to when it's a little more social and a little more informal. Later we're going to watch a movie, and what you normally hear from native English speakers is that they use gonna. So later we're gonna watch a movie, and gonna represents going to. So anyway, so in the past we were driving down the road, past continuous. We were going to watch a movie when we missed the turn. Now the turn is the road that we were supposed to take. So we were driving down the road, past continuous, when. Now we can use the word when to connect the past continuous and the past simple. We were driving down the road when we missed the turn. We missed the turn, past simple. Now what you can also do is you can use the past simple first, then use when, and then the past continuous. Or you can use the past continuous first, then when, then the past simple. So yesterday we missed the turn, past simple, when we were driving down the road, past continuous. Or we could say, yesterday we were driving down the road when we missed our turn. Anyway, so now we were going to watch a movie. Now the past continuous and the past simple is generally used to talk about one moment in the past. Okay, we were driving down the road when we missed the turn. That's the moment that we're focusing on. If we want to talk about any moment that happened before, we generally use the past perfect. I could say there, we had just visited my parents. So that is something that happened before that main moment when we were driving down the road. Now, if you want to talk about a plan for the future after this main moment, you can use going to. So we were going to watch a movie, all right? So generally that's the rule. Generally that's the rule. Keep the past continuous and the past simple together in one moment, and then any moment before, use the past perfect. Any moment after, try and use going to. So we were driving down the road when we missed the turn, so I decided to back up. So I decided to back the car up. So I decided, past simple, to infinitive. Now we use the infinitive of the phrasal verb back up. So I decided to back the car up. Now we jump to a new moment, and the new moment is here. So now we can use the past continuous and the past simple for a new moment. So I decided to back up the car. New moment. I was backing up the car, past continuous, when another car crashed into our car. So now we started with the past continuous, then we used when, and then I used the past simple. Or I could say, so I decided to back up the car. Somebody crashed into us when I was backing up the car. So now that's just showing you that you can, when you're telling a story, you can jump between many different tenses. And generally, if you start telling a story in the past, keep using past constructions, past tense constructions. And generally, the past continuous and the past simple are used together in one moment, and then any time before that you would use the past perfect. For any moment after, talking about the future in the past, you can use going to. I was going to, we were going to, etc. So now, I want to give you just another little story, just a basic story again, just to show you how these different tense constructions are used. Yesterday, I was walking down the street. Okay, I was walking down the street. Now that is the main moment that I'm focusing on, and it's the past continuous. I was walking down the street. I had just eaten lunch. So before this main moment, we used the past perfect. I had just eaten lunch. All right. So I was walking down the street when I saw Tom. So now we use when to connect the past continuous and the past simple. I was walking down the street when I saw Tom. And Tom told me, past simple, he told me that he was going to watch a movie. So that was his plan after that main moment. In the future, his plan was he was going to watch a movie. So basically, that's just a demonstration, just to show you that you can use past constructions, tense constructions, and to just try and keep the past continuous and the past simple together for one moment. And then for anything before that, use the past perfect. For anything after, use going to. But then when you're telling a story, you can jump to a new moment. Like in the story with me backing up the car, I was driving down the street when I missed the turn. So now the past continuous and the past simple were used together. But then I can jump to a new moment to focus on. So I decided to back up the car. Now, new moment. I was backing up the car when someone crashed into me. So that's basically it. And what I also want to say is that I just want to talk about the present perfect and the past simple. If we're focusing on the present now, the present perfect is used to talk about something that happened in the past. And the past simple is used to talk about something that happened in the past. With the present perfect, it's not specific exactly when it happened. Generally, with the present perfect, someone could say to you, you're at the cinema, and they say, they point to a movie and they say, do you want to see that movie? You can say to them, no, it's okay. I've seen it already. I have seen it already. Okay? So you're just announcing the fact that you have seen it. You're not telling them when you saw it. You're just saying that that event has happened. I've seen it. I've seen it. Now, if you were to say, no, it's okay, I saw it 2 weeks ago, when you use the past simple, it's a little more specific with time. Okay? Now, you can imagine a mother talking to her son, saying, do your homework. The son could say, I've done it. I've done it. The son is he's saying, I have done it. I have done my homework. He's not saying when he did it. He's just announcing the fact that he has done that action. Or he could also say, no, I did it 2 hours ago. I did it. He did his homework, past simple, 2 hours ago. So past simple, when you're using it in the present tense, it's a little more specific with time. But when you use, so now if you're telling a story in the past, now if you use the past continuous and the past simple, you're focusing on one moment. Now the past perfect generally gets used for any moment before that main moment with the past continuous and the past simple. For any moment before that, you use the past perfect, and there you can be a little specific with time. So you could say, I was walking down the street. I had eaten lunch 2 hours before that. When I was walking down the street. I had eaten lunch 2 hours before when I saw Tom. Okay, so the rules change a little bit when you're telling a story in the past, but just when you're talking about the past, use the past perfect to talk about any moment. But when you're in the present, when you're talking about the present situation, you can use the present perfect or the past simple. And the past simple is used when you want to you can be a little more specific with time. Present perfect, you're just announcing that it has happened. You have done that action. And one more thing that I want to talk about is that there are different styles with storytelling. So I can tell a story in the past tense, and if I start talking in the past continuous, all the other tense constructions generally need to stay in, I need to use past constructions. But there's another style that you can use, and you can talk about something that happened in the past, but you can tell it using present constructions. So in the past, I could say, let's use backup. Okay, so me and my girlfriend were driving down the road when we missed the turn. So I decided to back up. I was backing up the car when somebody crashed into us. So all of those tense constructions are in the past. But if I'm telling this story to a friend, I can use the present tense constructions to tell the story. So I can say to my friend, look, just imagine, like yesterday, we're driving down the road. Me and my girlfriend, we're driving down the road when we missed the turn. When we missed the turn. Okay, we are driving down the road, present continuous. When we miss the turn, present simple. So I decide to back up. So I decide, present simple. I decide to back up. I'm backing up the car. I'm backing up, present continuous, when someone crashes into us. When someone crashes, present simple. So just have a look for it in, if you're reading some books, sometimes you will see them telling stories using present constructions. So, but if you start telling a story using the present tense, stay in the present tense. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I hope all of that helps, and I hope you're not too confused after watching this.